This is Guy Seehee, and you are listening to the Retro Unlearned Network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 118 of I Got Gameplay. Yes, it's me, it's Michael Burhan, the man whose career is literally in the pooper. But today, we're actually using that kind of thing for today's show, which is going to be about toilet gaming. So take your Raspberry Pis and your Raspberry Mashes and your iPhones and your iPairs and your teddy bear picnics and sit there and cop a squat as we celebrate everything about the bowl. Yes, and speaking from someone who always has his head in the toilet, we have returning to the show today, Mr. Chris. I am so awesome I speak German. Locks.
What's up? Guten Tag. I haven't been here in a while. How's it going?
It's pretty good. Up, man? It's pretty good. 118 episodes in. We're doing really, really well in terms of this great show. And of course, because it's daylight savings time as well, it means I save an hour so I don't have to go to bed really late. Yay for being an old person and needing his sleep. Also,
it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, my friend. And also having on the show the actress extraordinaire, the person who's basically the Cumber Babe to her Cumberbatch. Yes, she is the lovely and astounding and very astute Miss Anina Kasky.
Why, thank you very much. I think that was my favourite intro so far.
Oh, no worries.
Well done.
I'm a wordsmith. Thank you. I feel like you're patting me on the head as you're saying that. Like, well done.
I am.
So good.
Well done, darling. Have a biscuit.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Hey, this is a doggy treat. No, this doesn't work for me.
He knows you love biscuits.
I'm a sexy biscuit. Oh, I think I bet Dave Wade is somehow waking up from a nap going, someone said that. So speaking of Dave Wade, of course, we have the amazing Infusus from WWE 2K15 Supercard. He is also YouTube's gaming Pegasus 187, the amazing, the astounding, and the uber sexy, with his two titles, of course, Mr. Nick Horacek.
A double title, like I usually double fist at the bar, so
yes.
There we go.
Yeah, we have that very sexy picture of you on the 2K15 review that we did. That picture of you and also Brandon licking his Xbox. It was a... you haven't seen the review?
You have a photo of him licking his Xbox?
Keep putting it off.
Yes, his Xbox. He's licking his Xbox is in the console, not his ex's box.
Oh, that's less hot.
Yeah, if I had a photo of him licking his ex's box, I would somehow be involved in that, and that would creep him out. I spent Slamcast yesterday creeping him out about me and him having a threesome with someone. And he was just like, that's freaking me out, dude.
What's creepy about that?
Yeah, apparently I went to the dark place, the very dark place, in the recesses of a dark basement. You're
talking about going into his recesses.
Yeah, take the lotion out of the bucket, put the lotion on the skin kind of thing. And speaking of the deep dark recesses of someone's mind, I don't know how that we're leading to this. She is the lovely... charming, and also she swears like a sailor, and she's threatening to do nasty things to me if I ever release the pictures. She is the lovely Jamie Styles.
Well, technically, I only threatened to do that, if I didn't get paid. So I'm sure we can work something out for a profit. Or I could just blackmail. That works too.
See, this is why I'm in love with her. It's basically what it is. I've declared my names, and she's just saying no unless you pay me, which is kind of worrying.
All I heard was her say blackmail.
Oh God.
We are starting the show off in a bang, aren't we?
With a couple of them.
With a couple of them, but I'm sure. Speaking of bang,
like the anal probing scene in South Park Stick of Truth, a lot of banging going on.
Hey, I
Oh man, I
last time
still haven't played that game.
I remember the last time I was anally probed. It was fun. It was a party, and I'm no longer invited to McDonald's. Anyway, let's go and take us to our news section, our very, very lovely news section, of course. So let's do that. If I can find it, of course, because I'm in the wrong file. Ah! Anina, help me. This is basically the IGG gaming news section, and here it is as we do that. So, Anina Kasky, what's in the news this week?
Me? Oh, you've really thrown me in the deep end.
I always
Someone
throw
else.
in the deep end. That's what I do. That's my job. So, Chris, have you got any gaming news for us this week? Or do you guys
yeah, I mean the biggest thing I guess is the announcement of Jason Voorhees being in Mortal Kombat X. That's the most thing that I'm most excited about because you know that I fucking love my fighting games.
So
I've definitely been following
that. They haven't put that on as like a DLC thing. They've announced it, so that means it's probably going to be in the game when it's released.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it makes sense because you know Freddy was in the last game, and that's pretty awesome. Maybe they'll even bring back Freddy. That would be pretty cool too.
If they bring back Freddy to fight Voorhees, then Freddy has to be better than Jason because Freddy is better than Jason.
Do you know what would be awesome? It would be awesome if they had Ash from Evil Dead in it, and then they had Freddy versus
Oh
Jason.
yeah. I mean, but that's a whole boatload of more licensing that comes into that. There's no way. I don't know if Bruce Campbell's gonna lend his voice to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I asked him to do the Untitled Movie Show with us, basically to have an interview with him, and he gave me the weirdest PR thing ever of, basically it was a nice way of saying I'm famous now, so, yeah.
Bye, yeah.
Yeah,
Aww.
fuck you.
Yeah, so I was like, I
sucks.
still love you, Bruce. I still love you, even though you're being a jackass. Anyway, let me have a look at a couple of little things and see what was going on this week, because it's been a very It's very, very slow news week, of course. Now, the reason being that is because there hasn't been much hype train in terms of news. We've had the releases of stuff like the new Nintendo 3DS. Fungo's got a review up of that up now. We've also had the newest release of Resident Evil Revelations 2, the second chapter. Are you on the same side as Jamie that you hate the game?
Resident Evil Revelations sucks.
Well,
Resident Evil sucks now.
Okay, so
okay, now Resident Evil does not suck now. It's just the fucking Revelations. They're fucking just fuck.
Well, I was disappointed with 6. I liked 5. I was disappointed with 6. I'm still playing the remake of the first one, but I really just want them to come out with a Resident Evil game that's an actual survival horror game. Just do it. Like, why not? We love that shit. I mean, like, I don't understand why they're going off on these other random tangents. It worked one way. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
With 6 they were trying to see what worked, and that's why each campaign was a little different. But Leon's definitely got the most hype over it because it was more survival horror than the others. So I think
Leon's was the only one that I finished.
I think once they saw that, I think they're definitely going to try and go back to their roots now because everyone, played the fuck out of Leon's campaign, and Jake and Chris's campaign were just like, what the fuck is like this Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
well, also like with
Assassin's Creed, but still.
Well, I am, but no. Also, with the amount of people that are like all up on the remake right now. Obviously, we care about the way the Resident Evil started, and like those games were scary. They were like I'm playing the remake right now, and it's scary at times, dude. I'm only familiar with the the original version for the PlayStation. I never played the remake on the GameCube, so like all of the stuff that's new is like fucking. It's awesome. There's still ways to make that kind of gameplay be fresh and exciting and scary. And I think that they need to go back and like reevaluate, what they have with their franchise.
Have you checked out Evil Within? Because apparently that's supposed to be it's been treated like the successor to Resident Evil 4.
No, I have not tried it.
No.
You have a problem?
No?
Yes.
Okay,
Evil
let's hear
Within
it.
sucks ass. Do not buy it. Do not. If you want to see it, fine. Watch a fucking story compilation. You don't want to know how quick you will be able to watch a story compilation? Pretty fucking quick, because there is no goddamn story.
I might have to have somebody game share me that or something.
It was okay as far as survival horror goes, but if you actually want to play something like Evil Within, just go ahead and get The Last of Us, because they pretty much copied everything
I beat
for
the
it.
shit out of that game.
Then you've pretty much played the Evil Within. That's pretty much it.
Okay, well, I've just found a little bit of news while we're on the Evil Within bashing. Mortal Kombat X will not allow cross-region net play.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Wait, repeat that?
On Twitter, Mortal Kombat 10 executive producer Sean Himmerich has confirmed the title's online multiplayer will be region locked. One of the biggest disappointments with NetherRealm Studios' previous fighting games.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense.
Restricted by the version you purchased. Meaning, for example, if a player from Europe could not play with one from North America. This is ridiculous.
That's terrible.
It is, yeah.
I was just excited about that game, and now I'm mad.
My brothers. You can play with someone who's in another region. So I couldn't play with my brothers because they would be in another region. That absolutely sucks. Is it to make it quicker, or what's the...
Probably.
Make you buy multiple region, I don't know, games?
No, nobody's going to do that.
Exactly.
Oh,
wait, does that have
to... this has basically been reported by srk.com, who says one of the biggest disappointments in NetherRealm Studios' previous fighting game was the fact that the net play was restricted to PlayStation consoles by versions you purchased, meaning, for example, if a player from Europe could not play from one with North America. Other titles such as Persona 4 Arena and Heart 3 Love Max have similar treatments, though the former was corrected by post-launch patch. This is certainly unfortunate news for players who are hoping Mortal Kombat 10 would not have the same restrictions as NetherRealm's previous titles. Hopefully we'll see it go the way of Persona in the future. Mortal Kombat X will arrive on PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC in April 14th. PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 releases planned for some time in the summer. This pisses me off, and I'll explain.
Wait, there's gonna be PS3 and Xbox 360 versions.
Yes, they'll be.
Why?
They'll be for people like myself who are too cheap to actually buy an Xbox One or PlayStation.
No,
4.
but they want people to buy the fucking systems. Don't fucking make goddamn million versions of the goddamn game.
Very true. But this also covers a huge market range as well. Now, the thing that pisses me off
that's true, but
I can't play with my friends. Why are you restricting it, NetherRealm? This is the whole reason why we're supposed to do online play, so that we can play with.
Yeah, exactly.
This for me is ridiculous. So if I say, for instance, Guy C, he wanted to play me, I'm not saying Guy would want to, but if Guy C wanted to play me in Mortal Kombat, I expect Guy C to kick my ass in Mortal Kombat. This bugs the hell out of me, and it's something that shouldn't be happening in this game. That means it restricts me to only a single player mode, and basically playing with people that are... I might as well just invite people to my house. It's ridiculous.
It's against the whole point of
Who does that anymore?
Internet gaming. Isn't the point that you could play with anyone in the world? This is like
that's
being in a playground and saying, you get to play with each other. You can't play with your friend who's across the playground. You have to play with these people.
Yeah, the Americans smell. Play with the Europeans.
It's probably one of the only things that Capcom's doing correctly.
Well, that and also Capcom are trying. They are actually basically talking to people and saying, hey, look, we're going to try and do this for you. Granted, as I was talking to Rob Man about it, they still haven't done Mega Man. I know.
Yeah.
He's still pissed about that. But they are trying. This is an insult. There's no reason why they should be doing this at all.
They're just going to piss people off. It baffles me when companies do something like this, because it's like, you're going to piss your entire fan base off. Not a smart move.
Yeah, just
Maybe
for the point of it,
maybe it's
just
some
for
sort of
the-
a strategy so that they can open it up later and like increase replayability.
I think more
You know what I
the
mean?
fact
Like
they're
people
region
play it
locking-
longer.
Yeah, they're probably region locking is something to probably do with bandwidth, but it still pisses me off because it shouldn't be happening in the first place.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Nick, what do you think of this?
This just sounds like a load of crap. I mean, could you imagine, like, I picked up Advanced Warfare on Xbox One a few months ago. Could you imagine if I only got to play with people in North America? I'd be like, I've occasionally, and I don't hear it often, I run into Europeans and English, the guys from England a lot. Not so
Englishmen.
often, but yeah, I'll run into guys that are from England, particularly later in the day here. But if all of a sudden I'm just region locked to the US and Canada, I wouldn't be able to jump on it, let's say 1, 2 in the morning because the entire I couldn't find a lobby to even connect to.
Well, I mean, if you're on at 1 in the morning, there's got to be some other motherfuckers on at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, this would piss me off. As I said, for me, they need to correct this because if they don't, then there's no even point having online play. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of pissing people off, we have the amazing Dave Wade, Mr. Lawnboys Post
I'm
1975.
sorry, I went for a kebab.
Shit.
Every time there's a new excuse. BT,
Well, no,
kebab.
Saturday night is kebab night in my
I
world.
was kidnapped by aliens and anally probed. Yeah, we've heard the lot, Dave.
Do you know what really did annoy me though? Right, was I don't know, if, Turkish people have a different sense of humour, but they were absolutely pissing their pants with laughter. I mean, royally laughing their bollocks off at the Dr. Manhattan sex scene in Watchmen because it was on TV in the kebab shop. And I just remember looking at the bloke when he goes, "You on sauce?" I went, "Yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit." And I'm like, no, you're looking at the TV and laughing. You're not paying attention. I think that's why my tummy hurts now because they've really fucking dumped a shitload of chili sauce on it.
Ah,
Anyway, you
he
didn't
has
know
large blue penis. Ah!
Hey Burhan, who did your thumbnail? It's awesome.
I did.
Brilliant. Well done. There you go. You can take the rest of the night off.
Oh, thank you. See, like, I'm getting too many pats on the head today. It's like, hey, Burhan's done good today.
Burhan's always done good. Just your thumbnail's a little bit more good than normal.
I basically looked at the Michael Keaton picture and then I decided that I wanted to parody it for today's episode. Hence, it's got me with looking at a toilet above my head.
Son of a bitch.
It's very Andy Warhol, I feel.
Thank you. Now all I need to do is get some soup. Speaking of soup, we're talking about Mortal Kombat 10. Apparently, their online play is going to be region locked, Dave.
What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. I thought the whole purpose of an online community was the fact that you can make friends over the world. So what you're basically saying is I can't play someone in bloody Australia?
Pretty much. So, for instance, if it's not covered by your region, so we cover Europe. So once I move to Canada...
No, isn't Oceania's in with us as well, though, aren't they? So I could actually play Australia.
Yeah, but you guys can't play with me.
Yeah, pretty much. And Australia probably will ban the game anyway, so you probably won't be able to play.
Yeah, that's right. Australia. I forgot that Australia.
Yeah.
No, biggest bunch of pussies. It's not their fault, and considering that they're so, grower and manly and, for want of a better description...
Dave's disappeared.
Pussy whips.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, no, it is annoying. It is really annoying. Let's go on to our...
It's going to bite... I'm quickly though, this is going to bite them in the ass. This is going to cost them sales, because basically they're openly saying off the top of the bat, we're restricting this. It's not a universal game. Maybe I don't want to play with anyone else in England because they're all boring. Maybe I want to play with someone in North America. That sounded really bad like that.
So
I don't know, man. I feel like people forget that as soon as the game's out.
In positive news, leaks claim the Nvidia's Titan X console will be almost as quick as the Titan Z, at third of the price. Called the most advanced GPU in the world has ever seen, the company's CEO, Jen Hsun Huang. Please
I
don't
think you
quote
mean
this.
Titan Z.
Yes. The tall end of Epic's
Sorry.
Unreal Engine panel, the company was unwilling to share anything beyond a sneak peek of what we can expect. He said the X would run on a stunning 8 billion transistors with 12 GB of available onboard RAM, left it at that. Now the Enthusiast website, videocards.com, with a Z at the end, claims to have grabbed the leaked specs and says the Titan X will come stacked with a 3072 CUDA core clocked at 1002 megahertz to boost potential still unknown. 12GB of DDR5 VRAM clocked at 1.750 megahertz.
Anyone else got a semi right now? I have.
384-bit memory bus, resulting in 356 gigabytes of bandwidth. Meaning that this thing is going to be hot shit, so please don't hold it in your hands because you're going to get burned. So there you go, guys.
Why would I hold shit in my hands?
Well, you do hold your penis, but I'm sure.
Fuck you.
So speaking of that, what does everyone think of this? Anina, do you really care that this is going to have so much processing power that it probably will make the average nerd explode in their pants?
Well, to me, I did zone out after your first sentence because for me, experience is all of it, but numbers don't really mean anything.
Tell your boyfriend, I bet he'll probably twitch. He'll be
No,
like, "Oh."
actually, I'm the more tech savvy than him. I have to show him how to use email. Bless him.
Wow.
Oh.
Literally.
I can hear something
You
in the
live with
background.
a caveman.
Dave, do you have a television in the background?
Yes,
Sorry,
but he's
I
ever
was-
so strong when he moves boulders.
I was I do apologise, Bohan, but it's football night as well. See, Saturday night is kebab and football in my world because I guess that makes me a
mute the
caveman.
TV. I know, mute the TV. You can still
It's
have
muted,
it on.
all right. I just had to turn the subtitles on, and trust me, watching football,
I was hearing like the ITN news feed in the background.
watching football with subtitles is my possibly funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And you call yourself a nerd. Football, honestly.
Football's a great sport in the world. Thank you, young lady.
Kellerman says bandwidth, and also Mr. Retro Allen says good evening, Flush. I'm done. Ah.
I'm with Anina on this one, which is when you say Xperia, my brain goes, "Oh, that should be good," but then the numbers mean fuck all.
Well, ladies and gents, we're going to go off from the news section and take a small little wee break before we start this thing off. We're going to basically do something from Mega Man's album called Commission, and it's track 6 called Chris. Okay.
Right out.
Yeah, sorry, Chris is having technical problems. So we're going to basically play a track for a second while Chris basically tries to recover himself. And it will be from Mega Man's album Commission, and it's called Still Here.
What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
I'm so confused.
I don't know where to go, what to do, I see no way.
What do I do?
When the master pulls that plug and flips the
I'm
light.
still here.
Or you think this is a game, but it's my
You
life.
even care?
What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
I'm so confused.
I don't know where to go, what to do, I see no way.
What do I do?
When the master pulls that plug and flips the
I'm
light.
still here.
Or you think this is a game, but it's my life.
Yo, sitting at my command center, contemplating my future. I try hard, but I can't get a break. I guess that I'm used to running hard to protect this town, taking while these creations down. 87, I started this. 2014, I can't quit now. Even though I want to, feel like they take me for granted. Can't get a new game out for my fans. They tell me that they can't stand it. What am I supposed to do? I'm just a man in a vocal booth. And if I did have an answer, would you dudes even do what I told you to? So lonely when you get to the top of the scrap heap. Driving is cool, but the view's better in the back seat. Now I'm sitting growing older while these kids surpass me. Might be better on the other side if you ask me.
What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
I'm so confused.
I don't know where to go, what to do, I see no way.
What do I do?
When the master pulls that plug and flips the
I'm
light.
still here.
Or you think this is a game, but it's my
You
life.
even care?
What a day, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day.
I'm so confused.
I don't know where to go, what to do, I see no way.
What do I do?
When the master pulls that plug and flips the
I'm
light.
still here.
Or you think this is a game, but it's my life.
Listen, Mega Man, I'ma speak for the fans. So sorry we let you down. Been riding for 25 years, and we ain't going nowhere now. We make fan art, albums, unofficial games. Not for fiscal gain, so they don't forget your name. Mega, you changed our lives, now we gon' give it back. For as long as we live, so don't forget it, Jack. Blue Bomber forever, transcending generations. I seen the love in Japan and every single nation. We just got sick of waiting, didn't take it out on you. Petitions, they don't help, they need to see our view. But no matter what, we won't let them forget. We can speak with our wallet if they letting you sit. Heard you ready to quit, that day never can come. Cause you're a hero and your job, it never is done. Long as evil exists, you must stay on the guard. I know you're so frustrated, know you taking it hard. But we praying to God that they see in the light. And we gon' do what we can, we believe in the fight. So your struggle is ours, through the sweet and the sour. Because we are the people, and the people are power.
Get the flying rats!
Okay, Wiley, it's time to give up and get back inside the game.
Are you joking? This is a minor setback. I don't give up that easily. Because I'm a ninja.
Huh?
Here's a smoke bomb.
Whoa!
Don't think it's over yet.
That sounded so rapey. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a little bit more of our toilet gaming episode. And what we're going to be talking about today is basically what sort of gaming devices you have in the toilet. So for those who have joined us in the chat, Mr. Craig Kellerman, of course, Mr. Retro Unlin, and also MC Freaking Duncan, who's on there as well, please put down what you like to play on the toilet. It could be anything from your app devices to your PS Vitas to your Game
That
Boys
sounded,
to your Game
by the way,
Boy
Burhan, that
Advances.
sounded rapey. What do you play on the toilet?
Well, what do you
Sorry.
play on the toilet? I want to know. I know one that me and Nick basically play, which is a general consensus for us, which is our WWE 2K Supercard game. I play it on my iPhone, basically from the App Store. Nick probably plays it on his iPhone, tablet.
In
or,
fact,
Android
you
app.
were talking to me last night when you were taking a dump, which was most uncomfortable.
I was typing last night while I was taking a dump. And the reason being is, I like to multitask. I like to do stuff while I'm on the loo. It helps things. It helps me unclench, so to speak. So it's one of those things that I like to do. And I also like to toilet game. I've had times where I've completed games. I've played through Animal Crossing on the Nintendo 3DS.
Is
on the loo.
there like a 360 achievement or something if you can get it out quicker than the game? Sorry.
Well, you know what I'm like. I'm super fast when I'm on the loo. But it's one of those things that I like to do. And it's kind of gets me sort of going for a sense. And
Gets you in your pooping mode.
Yeah, it happens to be, especially when I'm in like a location where I don't like going to the loo, but I have to. So in order to get myself comfortable, I whip out my 3DS and I just sit there and I play a good game. So, well, we're going to do a little round robin here and ask you guys what you like to play. So, Nick, what do you play when you're on the John?
He's there now.
A lot of WWE Supercard.
So what's the longest time that you've spent on WWE Supercard?
I've probably spent like 5-10 minutes.
Do you sometimes stay longer than you have to just to finish your round?
Yeah, that's happened.
So what's the like the games that you like to play on there in terms of like WWE Supercard? Have you played like Road to Glory, for instance, where you have to complete like a round of that before you wipe? And what's your etiquette, by the way, for doing this? Do you like basically go in there with your phone in one hand or your tablet in one hand, pop the tablet down, sit down in the loo to do your business, and pick the tablet up while you're doing your business? Or is it just one of those things where you sit there and think, okay, I'm just going to multitask?
You could really wig someone out when they pick up your 3DS or something. And when they're just about to play a game on your 3DS, you go, by the way, I just took a shit with that.
It just means that nobody else... Mr. Rich Harlem says, I play Dance Dance Revolution on my PS1 mat. I can picture him with his trousers down trying to actually do Dance Dance Revolution on this.
I can't picture him dancing because he's from Liverpool.
Hey.
That is definitely a YouTube video that would be a massive hit.
It probably would be. Actually.
I don't get
I want to
that
see
one.
that now.
That'll be like 1 million hits for Mr. Retro Unlin
Yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution on the toilet. Steve, make it happen, mate. Make it happen. Go on the toilet and do Dance Dance Revolution. So
Actually, no, we don't really need to see it, do we? I think, let's be honest, we don't really need to see that, do we?
Well, let's ask you, Mr. Dave Wade, because you're probably going to go after you've basically had your kebab with your plenty of chili sauce. So what?
Oh, I don't even need to play games after my kebab. It just comes out purely naturally.
Oh, so yeah, Dave. What do you play when you're on the toilet?
Believe it or not, my dingo. I sounded terrible. Oh,
Is that a euphemism?
does anyone else want to know what the dingo is?
No, but I want to know what it is now. Hopefully, it's not a euphemism for penis.
It's basically a handheld device that has no software of its own, but purely exists to emulate.
So tell us about that. What does that do? Is it like a tablet
I've
device?
hacked it so it runs on. It's just like it's almost the same size as the micro Game Boy Advance, but it's got shoulder buttons. It's got 4 buttons. It's got 6 buttons basically. But yeah, it runs MAME perfectly. It runs all your standard Mega Drive, SNES, Master System, and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not a system in its own right. It just emulates. Oh, and you can play movies on it and stuff like that. And comes with, I mean, mine's got a stupidly big SD card in it. But yeah, it's my apart from my 3DS, it's my portable gaming choice.
See, I go to play. You go for camping. It sounds like you just like get everything but the kitchen.
Put it this way, right? If there's a power cut and I'm in the bog with my dingo uncovered, it's a multimedia system.
That
basically.
still sounds
It's
like
not a
penis
trip.
thing.
It's an excursion to the toilet.
Look it up, Brian. Look it up. Type into Google dingo. A320.
Imagine when you meet the girl of
It
your
sounds
dreams
great.
and say,
I
"Hey
want one.
baby,
I want a dingo.
hey baby, you want to play with my dingo?"
Do you know what's really sad though? I was so impressed that because hacking it to put Linux on it was really difficult. But once you put Linux on it, it runs everything, and I had no one to brag to because the house was completely empty.
Well, my brother was showing me a Raspberry Pi, his Raspberry Pi today, which is like a 20.
It's basically that, yeah. It's basically that, but in handheld form.
Ooh, I might get one. Maybe good for me.
They're stupidly. I just invented a new word. They're stupidly cheap.
The Raspberry Pi is like 20 quid, so.
Oh, they're not that cheap. But in its defence, it comes with a screen.
And when I'm in my own flat, I can basically watch TV while I'm on the toilet. It's just because my toilet is not that far away from where my TV is. Just saying.
That's luxury, man. That's living.
That is living. So let's go on to you, Mr. Chris Locks. What do you play when you're on the loo?
So I have some really cool games on my phone, but mostly I play King of Fighters 2012A, which is basically King of Fighters 13 just kind of shrunk down so that it can play on my phone. And it's freaking awesome because King of Fighters is awesome.
Chris, I think you've got like mood music in the background.
I like
music.
That. When you play on your
it's
toilet,
mood
you play
music.
you play a game called with the word king in it.
It's
Because
like
let's be honest, that's what you are when you take a shit. It's your throne.
There you go.
You know what does make me laugh? It's just like when you're talking, all I can hear is mood music in the background. It's like someone's trying to kill you while you're chatting to us.
Wow.
I'm trying to kill you.
So yeah, Mr. Retro.
It's actually the music is from another game. That's also a toilet game because I'm on the toilet right now.
Hey.
No, it's Marvel Contest of Champions. It's like a fighting kind of game with some RPG elements in it.
Ah, yeah, I know that one.
Awesome.
Was that the one that was on Facebook before?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it, but it takes too much time to kind of, especially if you're playing it for free. You have to wait for certain items and stuff to load, and it takes some time. But yeah, for my channel,
I got nothing but time.
Mr. Retronim says, sometimes I play Steel Battalion with a huge controller. Now, I know that's a penis euphemism. Now, going to you, the lovely Jamie Styles. What do you play when you're on the loo?
I don't normally play anything. I usually watch YouTube videos because I don't have a handheld console anymore. Sadly.
Sacrilege.
I had to pawn it to survive, and so I don't have a handheld gaming console anymore.
She pawned her console, so now she can't poop. That's constipation.
And my phone, like, it doesn't play games very well. Like, it'll just overheat and crash, and so I normally I take like a writing pad in there and like start writing out videos.
A handheld device.
What?
I'm having a Kickstarter for you right now, so we can get you a handheld console.
I normally take in a writing pad and like I'll just I'll write down like reviews, like review points and just stuff like that. Normally I really only do that if I'm taking a bath though. Like I don't take anything.
Don't drop
with
it into
me.
the water, because you know.
No, I have like this this thing that you set up like it's a thing of like 3 drawers like by the tub, and I set it up on there, and so like I set up my gameplays, and I have my I normally take in a little stool with me, and I make me some hot tea, and so I just sit there in the bath with some hot tea and watch gameplays and do like my review points.
So you don't have a handheld device, and you take a little stool in with you, whereas the rest of us have a handheld device and make a little stool as we play it.
Yes, exactly.
God.
So, Anina, let's go to you, lovely madam. What do you play on the toilet?
Well, actually, very much like Jamie, I mostly watch YouTube videos. One of my favorite things to do when I get ready in the morning, when I wash my face and all that jazz, is to watch Zero Punctuation in the morning.
So you just wash your face and not the rest of you?
Of course. Add the word etc. to my previous.
So you watch Zero Punctuation while you do a Yahtzee quotient in the toilet, but I'm sure.
Yes, yes. Also, but I do sometimes. I have been known to. God, I feel bad.
Be careful how you end this. When you say "I have been known to," it's not a good start to a sentence.
I have been known to play a bit of Candy Crush, or there's a iPhone game. Yeah, I know. I feel so ashamed. But
Amy's respect for you has just gone down the toilet.
I know.
Nonsense.
I'm sorry. It can be addictive when you just want to make your, brain be quiet for a second. Flight Plan. I like that one. Flight Plan is a good iPhone game. And I used to be absolutely addicted to a DS game called Puzzle Quest.
I used to play a lot of Tetris on the toilet. That was my thing.
Puzzle Quest was amazing.
Actually, do you know what the greatest toilet game in the world is? Because it's the greatest golf game in the world, and golf and pooping go hand in hand. Tiger Woods 2006 on the DS is the greatest place. I lived in the toilet with that.
Did no one play Puzzle Quest? Honestly, no one. It's like an RPG/puzzle game. It was great.
I played some Final Fantasy on the loo. I have to admit on that one. One of the things that I wanted to do, one of my dream things to have when I end up having my my biggest, when I get my big house and my millions of pounds, of course, is I'm gonna get like a TV and system and a PlayStation Vita TV installed in my like bathroom, just so I could basically sit on the toilet and play some PlayStation 3/4 games.
I'm going to buy a toilet that looks like a handheld device. Do 2 birds with 1 stone.
A Nest toilet! Yes, we need to pattern it. It can have the open lid, like the Betamax lid thing. You just open up and you slot your butt in there.
Burn, we've discussed this many times. Your English, it's beta.
Okay.
That is.
Okay. Mr. Retroalum says, save time, exchange your chair for a commode, job done. And he also likes to play Missile Command when he's on the toilet. And he said that it's handy having that Dance Dance Revolution mat, especially when the toilet paper runs out.
Oh.
Do you know what I think would be the greatest sounding game to play on the toilet, even though I can't stand it, just because its title is brilliant, which is, when I'm on the toilet, I like to play Command and Conquer.
But I'm sure. Or you could play some Metal Gear Solid. Especially if you have too much in you.
Actually, the true story. There's a game on
my
the
math
PC Engine.
adventures are usually called State of Emergency.
There's a game on the PC Engine that, I shit you not, I'm not making this up. There's a game on PC Engine called, what is it? I did a gameplay of it. Is it Poop Kids? And basically you get sucked down the toilet and it's a shoot 'em up, and you have to shoot turds. I'm not making this up. Look it up. Toilet Kids, it's called. Toilet Kids.
Well, Craig Kellerman agrees with you, and he says he's played Puzzle Quest. It's great. He also likes to play Picross 3D for the DS while he's sitting there on the pooper. It's actually quite funny how much of our game time, because I was saying this as well, when I have the minions over with me and they take up a lot of my time, the only free time I usually get is in the bathroom. So, like, when I need to go and sit down and just calm down and the kids are banging on the door, they literally have my youngest son going, "Dad, open door!" I'm like, yeah, just give me a second. Open door, Dad. I need to poo. You have a nappy on.
You just wanted to can a man crap in peace?
Yeah, that's literally what that I said to him. So I'm sitting there on the toilet and I'm just got my handheld in my hands and I play a lovely.
But what about your console for the bunch?
But I'm sure. I have my Game Gear and I like to play the excellent Columns, which is one of my favourite games to play on portable devices. And the reason being is, true story, at the age of
By the way,
13,
Bern, I just put the dingo in your... I sent you the picture of the dingo because I don't know how to put it in chat, but if you could pop it in the chat so everyone can see that I'm actually not talking about a fabricated console.
Do I want to show everyone your dingo, Dave?
Yeah, show everyone my dingo. I'm comfortable with it.
Is it a really large dingo, Dave?
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, what we like. Mr. Retronym says that game you were talking about is literally a shit 'em up.
If you want to see it, go onto my channel and type in Toilet Kids in the search box and there's a gameplay of me.
I know what a dingo is now. This is one of those emulator consoles. I've seen this before.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said it was.
That's exactly what he said it was.
So I played Knifey Spoony
so
before.
So basically, you don't listen to a word I say, do you?
No, I just when we do Burhan and the Boy, I just pretend it's me talking. Anyway, going on from that,
£63 I just found it for. So bargain, get one. Awesome, and I hope you hack to Linux.
Let's ask our lovely panel here. What was the first console that you ever played? So, we'll go with you first, Mr. Dave Wade. What was the first handheld console or first console you ever played while you were on the toilet?
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Yeah, and I tell you what though, this is a slight spin off that question, but I do remember when I caught my flatmate when I was at college playing my bloody Neo Geo Pocket Color, walking out the toilet with it in his hand, and I looked down at it in his hand and looked up at him and just went, my God, what have you done? What have you done? That's mine! And you played it in a toilet! And we didn't talk for 2 weeks.
My brother did that.
Never take another man's console into the toilet. That's like rape.
I mean? That is. It's like my brother took my...
It is like rape.
He like took my 3DS and he's walking with it. I went, where are you going? Oh, I'm just going to take... No, you're not. But you do it. I was like, yeah, it's mine. I do it because it's my
that bit in Family Guy where Stewie's hosing down Rupert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that moment is. But when that happens to you, it's not your console's fault, but you fall out of love with it a little bit because you're just like, it's not quite yours permanently 100% ever again.
Is this the one after he like killed the dog for like humping him? Like I hump him all the time. He just laid there and took it. He's like, what'd you say? Yeah, it's okay.
You know what I mean?
It's
Okay. It's that moment when someone else plays your bloody console in the toilet. It doesn't matter. It could be the greatest console in the world, but a little bit of it dies for you.
I agree with you on that one, actually. So, Chris, you were saying the Game Boy as well. So, what games did you used to play on that when you were pooping?
When I was pooping, I used to play Super Mario Land, and also Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon, but Super Mario Land was one of the ones. Also Zelda, Link's Awakening, DX specifically.
Link's Awakening, huh? More like Link's.
Yeah.
Awakening bowels.
Link's coming out of the closet game.
I just think it's scary that you shouldn't play a game in the toilet because, you know, if you can catch all kinds of shit in public toilets, so you shouldn't play a game with catchphrases, gotta catch them all.
Well, at least he didn't play Legend of the Four
Swords. I've already caught a lot of them, so I think I'm alright.
So, what about you, Nick? What was the first gaming console that you played on the toilet?
I would say either the iPod Touch or it was the 3DS. It was one of the two.
Oh, look at you, high roller. iPod Touch.
Yeah.
Talk about not playing with the classic retro consoles. What, you too good for you, Nick? Is that it? Huh?
No, he's just a baby.
This is how he rolls.
Jesus, like, I don't know if I ever played my Game Boy Advance on the toilet. I actually never owned a Game Boy until 2000.
Oh my God.
And again,
whoa.
Yeah. But I found mine for like $12 in a game store, so.
Well, that's awesome.
Then.
There we go on that one. What about you, Jamie? What was the first games console that you played on the John? And when was the first time that you played it? Did you get weird looks?
Oh, but I guess you
think
didn't
that
because you
I-
probably
Whoa.
wasn't crapping in public, Burhan.
Just stayed outside the local park, just playing on the console while squatting.
I never took my Game Boy Advanced with me simply because I sucked playing it so much. Like, I had the most difficult games to play. I don't care what anyone says, that fucking Mary Kate and Ashley mall game was hard as hell. I don't care what anyone says. It was hard, okay? I couldn't pass it. I got
Wait,
pissed.
what?
So I have to say that, like,
What is
probably
that?
my Nintendo DSi, and it was probably either, like, the Sims game that was completely and utter tripe. It was horrible. Or probably Nintendogs, actually.
I didn't know there's a Sims on the DSi.
There is, yes. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Sims
it
on
sucks.
everything.
The Sims are even on iPhone, and it's just bad because it.
Yeah, the
You want to hear a
iPhone
really,
one
really
is
scary,
really
freaky moment, by
weak.
the way?
It's a massive.
Hey, I got
massive
news for you
Sims
guys.
fan.
Newsflash: The Sims sucks.
No, it doesn't. Take that back.
The Sims is fantastic. You take it back.
Yeah.
I came
Sims
back
1,
to work
2, and
once.
3 are amazing games, whereas the
can
iPhone version
make-
is just weak.
I don't believe you.
My favorite thing ever to do in The Sims is just to make your favorite characters from like different like media, like then just like put them on free will and just watch them die. Like just
I can't
watch
play
them
the
die.
Sims. Do you want
Mr.
to know
That
why I
doesn't
can't
sound
play
like
the Sims?
playing a game.
I can't play.
Mr.
I can't play
Retronomy
The Sims
said-
because once I came home from work and found out that my girlfriend at the time had actually created a version of us in The Sims. And I was like, what are you doing? She goes, oh, just playing The Sims. I went, wait, you've named him after me and her after you.
Oh,
and this is a
God.
very accurate representation of your
taking
apartment.
the relationship to another level there, Dave.
And she got you guys
Yeah,
married and
Who
babies and
doesn't
stuff.
want to be God? Who doesn't want to play a bit of God? That is why Sims was
Yes, but
amazing.
I'd be
Because
a
you got to
vengeful
control
God.
these little
No, 'cause
creatures.
if you want to be God, you play populous
That's
and rock it old
blasphemous.
school.
By the way, Mr. Retronomy
Jesus.
said he wants to play with a Virtual Boy or an Oculus Rift on the toilet. Craig Kellerman says Oculus Rift on the toilet, not with a Virtual
Good luck
Boy.
playing with a
handheld
virtual boy. You just
or
can't get them to
headless.
stick to your fucking face.
Super Meat. He would also wants to play Super Meat Boy on the toilet. And his first game he ever played was Outrun on the Sega Game Gear. So no, but I agree with you guys. I think The Sims.
I had
is
Outrun
cool.
on the toilet once, but in my defence, I had eaten slightly undercooked chicken. But a boom.
Oh.
But sure. Also, there's let me throw this question out to you guys now as well, and also to our chat box there. What is your toilet etiquette when bringing your game console into the loo? What do you do?
Wash your hands before, after, and during, preferably.
Well, not with the console in your hand, surely.
And then also, if you know, just to make sure that we play on the safe side, have a bunch of wet naps.
Yeah, what I usually do is when I go into the loo, I basically take my console with me. I will put it down before I even hit
And
my
check
arse.
check it for stink before you leave the
Well,
cubicle.
my arse will basically hit the toilet. Then I basically sit down after my pants are down and stuff, pick my game console up because there's usually like a windowsill on the side, or the great thing about near my loo, there's like a bathtub ratio thing, so I can balance it on the bathtub. Or even like my
Even a real descriptive term, a bathtub ratio thing.
there's a bathtub to knee ratio thing going on there. Then I would sit down, play it, and then when I'm about to get up and flush, I will put the console back in its
Good man,
little.
that's what you should do. You
tiny
should never
thing.
flush with it in your hand.
No.
That's just-
You're playing with fire there because I know a few people who've dropped their phones in the toilet because they basically ended up having the phone in one hand and the flusher in the other, and for some reason the phone ended up in the toilet. I had a friend.
Or they
who come
got
out-
confused and flushed their phone instead of the bog.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't know anyone who's actually tried to fish their phone out the toilet after they've had like a big dump, because that's.
I know someone who, on New Year's Eve, I think I may have said this on another cast, but it's true. It was 2001, and this then was, remember how expensive phones were back then before they became super cheap, and it was in his top pocket when he was throwing up, and it fell out into the toilet, and he said he couldn't leave it in there because it just spent 200 quid on it. So he said, one of the most disgusting things I've ever had to do is to stick my hand into my own vomit and possibly someone else's piss to get my phone back.
Gross!
Yeah, but that phone's a goner. That phone's a goner.
Yeah,
You
but
might
you know,
as well
it
leave
doesn't
it
though,
there.
because you do the magical thing, don't you? Which is you put anything that gets wet. Because I brought my hard drive back to life for my 360, by the way, Burhan. You get anything you get wet, you stick it in the airing cupboard for 2 weeks, and it heals it.
But not a puke stained, piss stained phone. Dave.
I do remember though. I do remember someone else in the room. A couple of weeks later, when he was telling the story, just went, "You fucking wanker! You let me make a call on that last night."
Oh God!
Oh God! Even
Oh, Dave, you just freaked
Not when it
me
was
out.
fresh, but when it was fixed. Sorry, but it's
No,
still
but
the same
you know
thing.
what? I don't
It doesn't
care
matter
how
if it's
much
been cleaned. Yeah,
disinfectant-
if someone says, "By the way, I pissed and pooped on that," have fun.
I know what I
if
would
you're
do.
if you're seeing someone murdered in front of you, right, and the only phone you have to call 999 on is that phone,
I would let the fucker
it's safe
die.
to say that bloke's dead.
I would just be like, "Sorry, mate. There's no payphone near us. Use your phone." I can't. It's got poop and shit on it.
Sorry, mate. He pissed and he pooped and he puked on it, and there was probably other people's puke and piss on it as well. So you're on your own.
By the way, Mr. Retronim says outruns, but I'm sure. And he said rock band with the guitar and the drums would be great on the toilet. And Dylan Gross.
I tell you
says,
what,
"Hi."
though, rock band would be great on
Hello,
the toilet.
Dylan Gross. How are you doing today, mister? We're getting a very lively chat here when we're talking about toilet gaming. This is kind of fun. Having loads of people talk to us about being on the toilet. So, Dylan, tell us what you like to play on the toilet. Now, Jamie, what's your etiquette? What is your toilet etiquette when going in there with a game console in your hand or a pen and pad or something like that?
I think everyone really has the same etiquette.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
Also,
everyone else?
I haven't said what I you skipped me out on the last question.
Did
Burhan.
I? I do apologise.
Yes, you
Nina.
did.
Shame.
How dare you?
For shame.
For shame on me. I popped
I'm
on
going
my
to
house.
slap you with my handheld console.
But I'm sure. So yeah.
That sounds like a dick joke.
It is a dick joke, and I think it's a rather clever one. And Nina, you finally you know what? I feel like a proud father. I've got a tear coming out my eye. So
This is going to mean nothing to anyone, but I got to say it right now because it's my football team. But you bloody diving pansy! That was not a foul, and you didn't deserve a penalty. I'm fucking angry right now.
that's what she said. So Anina, please do tell.
My first handheld console was the original Game Boy.
I guess you got a lot of time to play your handheld console because you only wash your face.
Oh damn!
Oh, Dave.
Sorry.
Honestly.
I think
You're going to
Nina,
get a slap as well.
dirty
Both
girl.
of you.
Nina, you have to go to the hospital because you've just been burned. Anyway,
Oh.
he's gonna be
Anyway,
visiting
I
the
used to
burn
play
unit.
Tetris.
I imagine that would be really good for pooping too because of that motion of it coming down the screen. Tetris columns would be brilliant pooping games.
The music is actually a diuretic.
Yeah, so subconscious suggestion, I guess.
Don't play Street Fighter in the toilet. It gets you really angry and it goes back up inside you.
Also, Super Mario.
Also, just Street
and...
Fighter on the Game Boy sucks.
Super Mario.
No, I spent hours on that game.
I play it on my Dingo.
Especially the
Street Fighter on the
water,
Game Boy?
especially the water levels. They were hard. Water levels. On
Oh wait,
the
you're
Super
talking
Mario.
about Super Mario.
Yeah, Super
Yeah,
Mario.
that game's awesome.
Exactly, the water levels were so hard, but
Water levels,
so rewarding.
I could understand that, especially on the fact that if you had to pee, just playing a water level would probably make you go. Just saying.
You never leave the bloody toilet.
Like, oh, it's coming out again.
True, and also, what was the other game? Zelda.
Just
I had
decided
Zelda as
the next
well.
person who scores against my football team is going to be executed. That is all.
Did they
Wankers.
score on your team like? Did they score on your team like that other Sim scored on your girlfriend? But I'm sure.
Oh man.
Mr. Byrne, I'll have you know, when you score against my team, this is a serious life or death effect.
I'm gonna just
Are you
go
gonna
down
kill them
and
all?
score on your team.
Fuck off! Sorry, not you, them. Fuck off!
So,
Fuck off!
Anina,
Oh.
please continue.
Sorry.
And what's your etiquette, Anina? What's your etiquette when going in there to play your game and kind of balance everything, or even when you're watching a YouTube vid?
Well, I always put it on the sink. Balance it on the sink.
Ooh, risky, controversial.
How is that controversial? I think
Well, because the
there's
sink's
only...
got a massive hole in the middle of it, basically, so...
Yeah, but we have a ledge on top of the sink.
We don't, because I live in Bristol and we were 15 years behind everyone else.
Yeah, you don't know ledges. I think it's based.
Ledges
There's
haven't been
only
invented yet.
there's only a finite amount of ways I think people can go to the toilet, unless someone's been really, really inventive. There's only a finite way to do it. I think just like everyone else.
Or like miss the outbreak.
I usually sit on the
basically.
top of it, on the bowl part, and I kind
Yeah.
of aim.
Actually, I do have
Well,
a
I
kind
do a
of...
handstand on it. You know that would be inventive.
Handstand.
Yeah.
Then you get it on your
I would-
face.
I would
How does it fall
literally.
down?
I would literally.
Is this why
pay
you only
to
wash
see
your
that
face?
shit.
Because you do handstands.
Oh, that's like Spider-Man taking a pee. He's like standing on the wall, and the pee gets closer to his face. He's like, no.
Sorry, love. Got excited and I webbed on your tits accidentally.
Spider
Ba-da-boom.
pee, spider pee, not good for your face. Anyway,
I have one etiquette thing though, which I have to say,
Go
which
for it,
is when I put my console down, I cannot put it actually on the ceramic tiled floor. I have to put it on the bath mat because it just seems wrong if it touches the floor directly.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
well, what I usually do afterwards is I have wet wipes in the toilet, so I tend to wipe it down after. That's my thing. Because that's
I just wash my hands because I'm not an animal.
Yeah, it's a given. People should wash their hands. I remember going to a Chinese restaurant once where the food was so
this is
good.
going to make me sick, isn't
It
it?
is. The food was so
George Carlin had a
good.
great bit
The
about
food was
that.
so good, and I'm sitting in there eating my food, and I was like, "Oh, it's so great. I need to go to the toilet." Went downstairs to go to the toilet, and the toilet was right next door to the kitchen. I went in there, and the head chef came out of the stall, went to the sink.
And this is how I think you're going to win this.
Yeah, he went to the sink like he was going to wash his hands, just in his hat, and then went out. And then I was like, I went sat down next to my brother. I was like, I think we
I
need
would
to
have
go
expurged all the food from my system there and then.
now. Yeah, I felt really sick afterwards. I just went, we need to leave. He's like, why? I was like,
Did you get your money back?
No.
No, we
but
got a free meal.
I did call the health and safety people though, because that was just.
I keep a mental list. This makes me sound really anal, but above no pun intended there. But I keep a mental list of everyone at work who doesn't wash their hands in the toilet, so I know never to shake their hands or eat the buffet after them.
Well, Dave, Mr. Retro on the Unlim has a question. He says, "Do you take a jar of Marmite with you in the toilet?"
I don't need to because at any one given moment in my life, my body is made up of 25% Marmite anyway.
There you go, Mr. Retro on Them. Question answered. Now, here's a question that he's put out to the rest of us as well. He goes, "What's the longest time you've spent in the toilet playing a handheld?" So we'll start with you, Nick, because I know that you're the guy who's super obsessed with Supercard. What's the longest time you played Supercard on the loo?
Legit 15, 20 minutes probably.
Oh,
Wow.
I'll go through and I'll go game after game. I'll end up getting probably one or two board resets. And like,
so
oh
at,
crap,
this,
I better
at
finish.
this point, you're a good 10 minutes clear of your poop, aren't you? You're just
Yeah.
in there for the game.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that's commitment. Do your legs get numb afterwards? Do you feel like you'll barely be able to stand?
No.
I've had that a couple of times. I've spent 45 minutes on the toilet. And
What the fuck?
I have. I spent 45 minutes on the toilet once.
Did you have a case of the brown rain or something? That's a long time.
Just say I was popping out a log, and I was playing my handheld, and I got kind
That's
of
not a
addicted.
long. That's a Yuletide fest.
I got kind of addicted to the game I was playing. I think it was Tetris actually that I was playing, and when I went to get up, I could barely move my legs because the blood flow was just going back into my legs again. So I ended up nearly like falling on the floor. Then I had to make sure that I wasn't gonna fall where my bare ass was because I didn't want to have anything that was still loose, hit the floor, and then it was bad. I luckily enough I put my handheld on the sink though, so I made sure that I didn't drop it on the floor. That I was like, save the handheld first. If anything happens,
look at
save
you,
the handheld.
look at you and Nina with your ledges that we don't have. It's not fair.
Hey, as I said, it has to be knee to sink ratio or knee to bathroom ratio. You have to have that ratio thing going on there, so there's a surface you can put your stuff on. Always has to
I don't
Put
think
up
that's
the
a thing,
bathroom
Michael.
Chris Locks, what about you?
Wait, what was the question?
How long have you spent sitting on the toilet playing a game?
Yeah, probably about 10 minutes, probably the longest. I think. Oh, Actually, I played Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on the toilet for about a half hour one time.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
What happened to your legs?
The legs were fine. I was just really immersed with the game and I was comfortable.
You're really immersed with the game, or you had a massive case of the brown showers.
No, I wasn't shitting the whole time. I mean, I shat and I just sat there.
Purple rain. So,
You know?
so basically, did you have any like adverse effects, or did you just get up and go, oh shit, I'm on the toilet still?
Didn't need to poop for 2 days,
you know.
though, did you?
What?
Said after that you didn't need to poop for 2 days. Efficient.
Yeah. I don't poop anymore.
So what about you? What about you,
A
Dave?
purely liquid diet.
Yeah,
I
just
do
shit,
actually.
man.
I'm laughing at you all and being amazed at your lengths of doing it. But I do remember when I had to go to penalties on FIFA 13 on my 3DS, and it was crucial because I was 2 down, and I may have possibly hit the 30-minute mark myself once, but only because of the penalties, and it was important that England won.
So you were dispersing your own penalty and making sure that you did one for England?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. For once, though, I won the penalties, where the irony is with England, they don't even need to go to the toilet because they're shit.
So Dave was doing in England?
I don't understand soccer jokes.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. My turd's coming home.
Just do me a good one, which is don't call it soccer in front of an Englishman.
Well, I'm not in front of you technically.
All right, but every time an American calls it, or North American calls it soccer,
I'll call it foosball. Foosball.
Every time an American calls it soccer, a child dies.
Yeah, literally,
Well,
because when you call it soccer, I make a point of running over that child.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
just because Dave does. That's why Dave is wanted in 20 states. But he's like, it's okay. It's because of the footy, and then the police let him go. Anyway, what about...
It's because I called it soccer.
I once got into a fight in Canada because I wouldn't let it go when I was quite heavily drunk. I'm not going to lie, but I would not let it go when the person in front of you would not accept that it was football. So yeah,
It is football. You're right.
I'm
It's a
taking a piss.
football.
Foosball.
Football.
Foosball.
Yeah. Now,
Come around my house, Chris. We'll have many beers, and I'll bring you up to speed on the beautiful sport.
so let's
I'll
go
hang out.
to let's go to Mr. Dave Wade. What's your you said how long?
Really asked me.
Yes. So Anina, what about you? How long have you been on the toilet?
Oh, well, I've never actually had a stop.
She's got a lot of
watch in
time because she
there
only
to.
pushes her face. Sorry.
Oh, Christ's sake!
He's never letting this go, is he? Just like
Never.
Never.
just like when he has too much roughage.
Yeah. I'm sure I've spent at least 15 minutes, but if you count just time spent in the toilet, not necessarily pooping, I'm sure at least an hour. I'm sure at least an hour I've been
I like to
distracted
think
by
that
a
people
game.
don't actually think when they go to a game, if they don't need to poop or pee, they just think, you know what, I'm just going to go and hang out in my toilet for 25 minutes.
I
That
have a
would
very
just be
big
wrong.
bathroom.
Wait, girls go to the
I-
bathroom?
No, they don't. And they don't fart.
I have a big bathroom.
I do like that college humor
I
sketch.
exercise in my bathroom because it's the only place where I have space.
Yeah, well,
Whoa.
when you go to the boyfriend, we need space. You just go into the bathroom and lock the door.
We've got 2, and quite frankly,
joking, but
I couldn't go back to a world where I
there's an
only have
ounce
one
of truth
bathroom.
in that.
Have you ever completed another question for Mr. Retronum? Have you ever completed a game on the toilet?
Well, no, but I won my penalties.
For me, I actually completed Tetris on the loo. I finished. I basically spent a whole
Jesus
day.
Christ, that was a 24-hour dump.
No, it was one of those where I'd be going back and forth. So I'd be playing it while I was not on the toilet, and then I was playing it while I was on the toilet. And as I basically took my final dump of the day, because I was a fat child.
Hang on, final dump? How many? What? That
On a
statement's
good
so
day,
wrong.
I could poop about 6 times.
Jesus Christ. But there's nothing inside you anymore at that point.
Well, the final time, I remember I ended up basically completing it. And when you complete the game, you have this rocket ship that just goes and flies off into space.
Oh, yeah, at that point, you had a rocket shit.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like, I've completed it. I've
When you
completed
beat
Tetris.
Tetris, there's a rocket shit that happens?
Yeah, there's in I don't know if it's called story mode.
That's
or
like the most
challenge
Russian
mode.
game ever, dude.
Yeah, I think it's challenge mode. It's called, but there is a
That's
mode
crazy.
where I think it's at level 99.
True story, because obviously we know how communism works. It doesn't. But the bloke who made Tetris got no money from it. Do you know that?
I
Because
never
the state owned it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, oh, yes, I did know that actually. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. What an idiot!
Oh, Stalin.
Actually, I heard somewhere that a few years ago, the state decided to give him a little bit of money,
Oh yeah.
just as a
So,
goodwill
not £5?
gesture. Yeah. Well,
Is
how
it
much?
true there's a version of Tetris? Is it
Probably
true there's a
not
version
even
of Tetris on the
1%.
Sega Mega Drive?
One at a time,
Yeah,
people. One at a time.
Sorry. But is there a version of Tetris? This is because I'm sure I saw it on eBay. But there's a really, literally, they made 5 of them. It is a reward for Sega programmers, and there's a version of Tetris on the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis that went for £1 million on eBay because it's rarer than rocking horse shit.
It's not rarer. There's about 4 of them
Rarer
made.
than rocking horse shit.
But it was because Nintendo put a gagging order on them from releasing it on another console. So yeah, that was the fun.
Mega Drive Tetris would have been fucking the dog's bollocks.
It's a
You
shame.
got a lot of these.
I say we have a Kickstarter and get it reinvented.
Well, the Tetris holding company releases it on loads of different consoles now. It's not just Nintendo anymore.
I tell you what, though, I have a question, which
Go
is:
for it.
have you ever actually played online on the bog?
Yes, Pokemon.
And did you actually tell the person that you were playing online against that you were taking a shit or dropping the kids off at the pool, if you will?
No, I've told a few people when I'm messaging people off on my phone that I'm on the loo, and most of them are just like, gross.
Well, yeah, you know what I said yesterday. I think it was quotation mark ew, end quotation mark.
Hey, Dave. As far as I'm concerned, if you really want to know how Marmite's made, you don't want me to finish that answer, even though it's going to be.
Don't you dare take Marmite's name in vain.
Even though it'll be a fictitious answer, I will.
Sorry, just seen the greatest goal in the world ever. Yay! Sorry, carry on.
But yeah, as in the words of Royce to 5'9", take a shit and compare me to that. So, but I'm sure, as he's referring to himself as the shit. But still, anyway, I think that's us basically done in terms of our toilet gaming habits. Now, all I will say to you is this: I want to ask you guys this final little question before we end the show tonight, and that is, what would you do if someone gave you their handheld console and you found out that they played it on the toilet? So we'll start.
I drop
first.
it and go ew.
We'll start first with the lovely Jamie Styles. Jamie, what would you do?
Probably wouldn't give a fuck.
Dirty girl.
Why?
Just to be honest, probably wouldn't give a
I
fuck.
can't believe Chris Locks is actually turned on by that. That's just kind of weird.
Wait. What?
Well, you said it was just like dirty girl. I was just like, dude, that's just.
Well, what else? What else am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know.
I have a question for you, Jamie. Do you at least have like a Matrix moment in your head with like the numbers scrolling by where you scan how good that person's hygiene is before you say I don't give a shit? Because I'm pretty sure.
No, not really. I just don't really give a shit.
Well, I'm pretty sure you would if they just said, "Here's
I
my
think that
fucking-
they gave a shit.
Yeah. Here's
on
my
the
3DS,
console.
by the way. I didn't wipe properly and I haven't washed my hands. Have fun with that."
I would be like, okay, sprays with Lysol. Gotcha. Or I would have said, okay, rubbed it on their face, and then wiped it off and taken 3DS, because why the fuck not? Life is too short, my friends.
Life's too
Wouldn't
short.
give a shit.
Well, you didn't have to at this point because they did it for you and gave you their fucking system.
Boom.
For a small little lady, I'll be afraid that you tried to take my lunch money. You seem that bad. So, okay, what about you, Anina? What would you do?
Depends who it is, but
If they were famous, you would accept it. If they weren't, you wouldn't, basically.
But basically, if it's Benedict Cumberbatch,
if it's a friend, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. If it was a creepy-looking stranger who just told me that they'd gone to
I'd
the
like to
toilet
think
with
that
it,
you wouldn't play
I would back
creepy
away
stranger's
slowly,
console.
then run.
I just shoved it up my ass.
Hey, creepy stranger, do you mind if I borrow your 3DS?
I would back away and run, and I'd go, look, a bird, and run.
Excuse me, Mr. Man with a trench coat. Can I borrow
Wait,
your
does
3DS?
the look a bird thing work?
Boy, Pee Wee Herman, stop masturbating in the cinema and give me your 3DS.
Okay, so Dave, what about you?
I drop it. I stand by my statement. I drop it on the floor deliberately, so it made a massive smashing noise and just went noise, and just go ew. Then maybe I'd roll a newspaper up like they just saw the floor. They were a dog, and hit them on the nose and say no, no, and the world would be a better place for it.
What about you, Chris?
I probably would tell them that was unnecessary information and clean up the system and take it home and play it. Well, actually, what system are we talking about here?
It could be
Anyone you want.
Could be a 3DS, could be a Game Boy, could be Game Gear, could be anything that you like.
Game Gear. Game Gear, I probably wouldn't care because I kind of wish I had one.
I have one.
I
wanna
want
know
one.
that.
I miss that thing.
go.
Oh, you know what was cool? The Nomad. So if it was a Nomad, I definitely would take it.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be my final question, which is what's your holy grail of systems, handheld systems you want? And
There you go, right there, Nomad. That shit was awesome.
Okay, what about you, Nick? What would you do? Say I passed you my 3DS, I've been in the toilet, pooping, and then I came out and handed you the 3DS and say, hey, look at this Pokemon!
He wouldn't be playing that game. He'd be too busy on his iPad.
2K.
That's how he rolls.
I would not give a flying fuck. Let's put it that way.
Mr. Retronim says, George Michael, can I borrow your DS that you've placed on the floor?
See, there you go. Right. He's taking piss and making a joke, but he's right. You've not anyone in this room would...
Gotta have faith. You gotta have faith, yeah.
I'm pretty sure no one in this
Is that
room
George
would
Michael?
pick up George Michael's 3DS after he'd taken a turd. I'm pretty sure it would
His
give
free
you...
3DS.
Yeah.
I would take it.
So would I. He'd be like, you should have known.
I'm pretty sure most of us would take a lot of things from George Michael.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
weird has happened to me. Change is a stranger.
True story, by the
George
way.
Michael always
I would
seems
sing
to
him
be
Last
being very
Christmas.
pleased.
I don't care if it was fucking July.
Burhan, obviously you're the London boy here.
Yeah.
Find this first and take a picture, but because he had a bad habit of smoking a massive amount of pot and falling asleep at the steering wheel of his car, he drove into a cafe, didn't he? And the bloke who owned the cafe actually has a little plaque on it going, and he never repaired the damage, saying, this is when George Michael hit my cafe.
He must have been some
That's
cheap
awesome.
Turk immigrant that just did it, like from a kebab shop. This is where George Michael went to build like cafe. I'm sad at Arnold, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, he probably raised his prices after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Want
he
kebab?
probably has a little signed picture of him with him.
Want kebab? You want kebab? You have to pay me £200 because George Michael went and crashed his car. £20 more for chili sauce.
It's true.
Our Turks are fucking weird scam artists, man. Trust me. George Michael doesn't
Well, you
care.
no, that's not fair.
whilst
That's not
playing
fair,
his
Burhan,
3DS.
because lovely Turks make my awesome kebab every Saturday
I'm never
night.
gonna game again. So,
Oh my god.
on the toilet. On that note,
Last
that's basically-
Christmas, I gave you my Turk. Sorry.
That's so racist. Speaking of racism, let's go over to our plugs. Dave Wade, where can we find you?
You can find me riding vicariously on the back of the inevitable asteroid that will wipe out all human life.
Longbows Post 1975 on YouTube, people, where you can find this
These are
and many
really
other.
difficult.
Something vicariously.
By the way, these are getting really difficult to come up with.
Well, I keep picturing you with a cowboy hat on the comet going, yeehaw! I just struck gold, boy.
I did, and do you know what I would say though when I'm writing that comment?
What's that?
All you religious people, here's irony for you. Sorry.
God. Chris Locks, where can we find you, Mr. Good Sir?
You can find me on Twitter at @PlasticVillains, even though I'm not in that band anymore. Or you can find me all on Spotify. My band is Final Spectrum. You can listen to us. We're awesome. And you can find me in San Francisco, sometimes selling unmentionables.
and also pimping himself out because he needs the money. He's shy of $400. If you want to have a good night with Chris, just give him a PayPal to @chrislocksneedsmoney.com, and he'll make sure he'll give you a good time.
I got mugged yesterday, people. Help me.
He got
No, seriously, did you get mugged yesterday?
Yeah, it was shitty.
He got his virginity taken. It was,
let's find this wanker and kick him squarely in the bollocks and say.
He was getting mugged on the toilet.
Yeah, I was playing King of Fighters.
And that guy was like, "Give me your money," and he was like, "Dude."
And George Michael came in. Sorry.
George Michael actually is the one who did it.
Yeah, he pointed his knife at his face, the one in his pants.
George Michael's very scary, especially when he points his.
In all seriousness, though, people, if you're gonna go around mugging people's friends, my mates, I owe you many kicks in the bollocks. That is all.
Mates for life.
And then I'll plow into your fucking house on the back of my asteroid.
And then he'll have sex with your girlfriends.
Honestly, people, I'm not mentally ill yet.
Did he wake you up before you go? He didn't leave you hanging or riding solo.
Oh man.
He took you dancing tonight because he wanted to get that high.
These are the British things that I understand.
No, because all us British people like Wham. And the reason why I find myself a kindred to George Michael's because I too am a pervert and part Greek, so that helps.
And you like a mullet as well.
And I like a mullet as well.
And you got hair back?
At the moment, I've got a George Michael goatee going on, so yeah. But I
you
haven't.
Got George Michael goatee. I proved this point the other day, which is you're Zod right now.
I haven't
Zod.
Kneel before Zod.
That's exactly what you are right now. That's hilarious.
I haven't sucked off a policeman yet and got taken to jail. So
look at the picture, Chris. Look at the picture I put on his Facebook page. Which said "separated at birth," and I put a picture of Terrence Stamp next to him.
Oh God! Red Charlie just called me George Michael Burhan.
George Michael Burhan.
I don't want your freedom. Okay, Nick. What about you?
Yeah, you really love Wham.
I do.
There's a new separated at birth.
I've got the best of Wham album.
Have you really?
I do. I love Wham.
So it has like 3 songs on it.
I've got the Wham. I've got the Wham rap as well.
3 songs.
And I've got the best
Remember,
of George
people,
Michael.
just $1 a week or £1.
Let's go
of George Michael
outside to the sunshine. I know you want to, but you can't say yeah. Anyway, Nick.
You really do have that fucking album, don't you?
Take me to the places that I love best. Oh yes, I've been there. Doctor, what you doing to me? What you can.
All right, Michael, I'm gonna send you the cover of Last Christmas that I did.
Oh yes. Because I think
me
about it all the time. 24/7.
I'm putting it on Michael's page right now.
Since you want it, you got it. You never really said it before.
I can't believe I never knew that you were a closet Wham fan.
Yeah, me neither. Like, that's crazy.
There's nothing here but flesh and bone.
Alright, you can shut up now because I feel sick.
Okay, Nick, what about you?
Alright, you can find me on YouTube at the Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Twitter at Gaming Pegasus 187. I'm on Facebook at Nick Horacek. I am on Xbox Live and the Wii U and fucking Instagram.
And we still need to do Mario
Pegasus
Kart
187, Supercard, Pegasus 187. I'm grinding the shit out of 1-point matches on this Road to Glory, and it's driving me nuts that almost I hit that wall and I go from straight 5-point matches all the way through to 1-pointers.
Do you know what the correct answer was there, Nick?
Too.
When he said, Nick, how about you? You should have said, hell no, I don't like Wham.
Fuck.
Mr. Charlie just said George Michael will Wham Mike. So yeah.
There's a new Bohan. There's a new separated birth coming up after this cast immediately.
Oh my god. So Jamie, what about you?
Apparently she's in the bog. Oh, sorry.
You can find me on YouTube at Shimeji. I'm hoping to have a lot of new stuff out soon. I gotta get myself in check. I can't fucking knit. I've been waiting this entire fucking podcast for you to ask me to knit you a hat, and I can't fucking knit. But
okay, Jamie, breathe.
If you love me, you knit a hat. You learned to
So, anyway, you can find me
She
at
has love
Hazardous Cosplay on Facebook and also on YouTube. I will be posting up tutorials for my Neapolitan things soon. I'll also be hopefully recording soon and posting up some new reviews. I've been hella busy. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm on Tumblr and
When you say Neapolitan, does that mean you've just started selling 3 flavored ice cream? Sorry.
no, Neapolitan is a character from Ruby, and she's my favorite, and she's a tiny ice cream queen, and I love her. And so I'm going to be posting up tutorials for like her jacket, her wig, the makeup that I do, and things of that matter. So I'm just keep tabs on that.
And I'll post a tutorial of how to dress like George Michael. And how to get arrested by the police. I need to get acquitted because you sung a lusty little snifty song. So Nina,
don't accost off-duty police officers in public toilets, Mr. Burhan. Even though that would be in line with the theme of the show, but and then make
got
music.
a thing about strangers. Tell me that.
You gotta listen to that cover. I just posted it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Play it for everyone, Michael.
I will. Anina, where can we find you?
You can find me on
Only
Facebook.
washing her face.
Thank you, Dave. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter at Anina Kaski, ANNINAKASKI, and soon in the near future on YouTube as well.
And Dave, no offense, you've kind of beaten that joke to death. The joke's been buried. It's basically had a priest say its last rites, and then you dug it up again and pissed on it.
No, it's the zombie joke, and you can only kill it by shooting it in the head. So,
which you have done, and then you basically put your butt near its face, squatted your cheeks, and then took a dump on it.
Hey, you're George Michael, not me. That's up your street.
Let's go outside. So yes, you can find me on.
I still can't get over this. By the way, that you're a fucking closet Wham fan.
I'm not a closet Wham fan. All you had to do was ask. I love Wham. Anyway, yeah, the Wham rap, my favourite song ever. YouTube.com/TheNerdGenius. If you want to listen to my Wham collaboration channel, I'll have that up soon. It'll be the Wham Genius. So yes, there you go, guys. You can also check this and all the other podcasts on nerdgenius.com. We're going to have RSS feeds for every other one of the podcasts on the Retro Island Network coming soon. To go back and listen to our Guy Seehee episode 117 of I Got Gameplay. Check that out on our iTunes.
And if you want to be a guest on Burn and the Boy, just...
Yes, and if you're a band and you want your music played on this very show, whether you do hip-hop, rock, pop, whatever you want to do, let us know. We'll play it for you as long as we don't get any copyright strikes from people saying that they own your material, because seriously, it gets annoying.
Hey, why don't you play my stuff, Michael?
I keep telling you to send me shit and I will play it.
I've sent you everything. You have everything.
You've given me everything?
You have the entirety of Color by Numbers. I sent it to you first. You were like the first person who got it.
I will search my emails and I'll put it on for.
If I find my controversial cover of Kumbaya, I'm not making this up, by this is true. My controversial cover of Kumbaya from when I was at college.
We'll play it. We'll play it on Burhan and the Boy.
Got me in a lot of trouble.
I would play 50 Cent's.
To cover my face, your lord.
I would play 50 Cent's version of "Come Ye All Ye Faithful" from The Power of the Dollar. But called Gangsta Pray, which I would play it, but it's hilarious because I got drunk once and when they were playing it at a work do, and I just kept saying, "Bow N-word, take that." just for the whole thing. It was ridiculous.
Jesus.
Then my boss wasn't very amused. Anyway, that's probably the reason why I don't have a job right now. Anyway, this is as I said, for any other of the shows, check that out. Give me an email at michaelburhan@nerdgenius.com. I'm going to be at Play Expo doing a Silent Hill panel, finalising that. I've been told that we can do it. And also, I'll be interviewing a load of different guests for Play Expo as well in Blackpool.
Give me some sexy biscuits.
Yes, I will get you more sexy biscuits, Dave, as I always do. Check out all my other reviews. WWE 2K15 review of myself, Nick Horacek, Brandon Ligon. Been told it's a great review. A lot of people love it. Check it out. Make sure you watch it. I've got another Rather British review coming this week. Movie File coming up as well. And I'm going to be also doing a vlog, which is a response to Xander Scullin's vlog, talking about my 5 favourite games. And
are we going to do Khan tomorrow, by the way?
We are. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's all from me. It's all from them. And this is Michael Burham for Anina Kasky, for Jamie Styles, for Dave Wade, for Chris Locks, for Mr. Retro Unlim, of course, and everybody else, including Craig Kellerman, and also the other person who was on the chat, who was McFreakin Duncan. And just let you know that they've got gameplay, and also we've got gameplay. Have you?